satyrs into Ashiok to completely clear the Ashiok this turn. Or he would risk losing his Ojutai. He could either lose his Ojutai and still kill Ashiok, or just let the Ashiok die. So Carter's going to plus. He's going to have 5 total. Play Nissa Worldwaker. That's one we haven't seen this match. I suppose this is because it's game 2. He's going to animate Forest, make it a 4/4 creature. And I assume he's going to get busy. Michael shuffling his hand while Carter decides what to do for the rest of his turn. Is he going to attack? Is he going to sit back on a Thunderbreak Regent blocker with 2 Planeswalkers that have to be answered? No. He's going to get in there with the 4/4 land and the 4/4 Thunderbreak, not let Michael get a value block on the Satyr and eat 8, go to 7. He's going to more than likely just eat 8 here and go to 7. No, he decides to block the Ojutai and the Thunderbreak. That's a pretty good block for Michael, honestly. It slows it down a little bit, but now he has to draw a Perilous Vault, I believe, to stabilize. And that was not what he saw. He saw a land. He's going to scry. Thinking about it, he has a Silumgar Scorn, a Thoughtseize, and another Silumgar Scorn. So it looks like this is going to about be the end for Michael. He can put a Caryatid in play, which isn't the best. He can block the 4/4. But the problem is Carter's going to put 6 more toughness or 6 more power onto the board next turn, let alone whatever he has in his hand. If he happens to have a Stormbreath Dragon, that would be incredibly great for Carter. Carter thinks about his turn. I'm going to try to get the winner of this match over here to join me, so it's not... Looks like Oldacre from the chat comments on the basic lands. And yeah, Michael always uses his originals if he can. He has mini alpha and beta basic lands, along with, as you can see, the original Apocalypse, Caves of Koilos. And Carter is borrowing Matt's basic lands, actually. The APAC lands, Mount Fuji Mountain, and I believe it was a Japanese forest. I could be wrong on what country the forest comes from, but it's the one with the little hut in the background. Carter's yet to activate either of his Planeswalkers. Doing some quick math, it looks like. Going to plus Nissa, making Mountain, yes, Mountain, a 4/4 creature. What? They used the poison die. Oh, I guess all the other die have been used. Xenagos is still yet to activate. So Carter's going to have 2 4/4s and at least 1 Satyr. You could possibly have 2 Satyrs. If he swings all out, Michael could, with a second Satyr, Michael will block the Caryatid on a 4/4 to absorb damage, take 8, go to 3. Carter's not going to use Xenagos for that, actually. Looks like he has something else up his sleeve. Maybe an Arbor Colossus. Michael's choosing who to block with his Caryatid. Oh, he could also just have a Crater's Claws for lethal. In which case, with Xenagos, it would definitely be lethal. Caryatid's going to block the Satyr, and he's going to go to 3. And Carter is going to maybe not use his Xenagos. Nope. There it is. He's going to add 3 mana to his mana pool and cast, add a 4th. Cast Thunderbreak Regent. Into Thoughtseize, Silumgar Scorn, Silumgar Scorn. Michael is going to Scorn it. Leaving leaving Michael with enough to Haven of the Spirit Dragon. He only has 1 blue up, so he can't activate his other Silumgar Scorn in hand. Carter's going to let that resolve go to 20. And with 2 mana, is he going to be able to cast the Crater's Claws for 1 with with Ferocious to make it 3? And Michael doesn't have the secondary blue to cast the other Silumgar Scorn. So that was a pretty interesting way to finish a match. We have Carter Newman as the winner of this. Pretty awesome games of Magic. That was an interesting way to win. It's always good to see Crater's Claws and Crater's Claws be the win conditions. I'm going to do a quick on sideboard. He, of course, sided in Mob Rule, and Michael sided in Learn from the Past, which was an interesting card to bring in. It must have, as I believe Higgins said in the chat, it was probably a card that's just a cantrip at worst that you can put in and, over an absolute dead card. So it's a utility type card, I guess. You really want it against... I'm not sure, honestly. I'm not sure I even like it in the control mirrors. I feel like you want cards in your graveyard to cast your dig through times more. That was different. I wasn't expecting that to kick on. I'm going to try to get Carter to come over and talk with us for a little bit. But that was game 1. Carter Newman took down Michael. Carter was playing Red-Green Dragons and Michael playing Esper Dragons. And yeah, Michael does have Dissipates in his sideboard, it looks like. Or in his main deck. And he sided those out. I like that call. If he hadn't any Dissolves main, there's a chance I would have cut 1 or 2 of those. But other than that, Carter played a great game. Michael did too. Just Michael got stuck a little bit. And he got it the second game, though, when he led turn 3 Ashiok and was able to quickly plus and plus and plus to get it out of hand real quickly. All right, while they're packing up, I'm going to switch the camera back. Let's see, Carter should be over here in a minute. So while we wait for him, I'm going to hang out with some Garrick again. So yeah, round 2 should be up in, if I had to guess, probably another 15 minutes or so. So right now we're just going to talk and cruise and see what Carter liked about his deck and sideboard options and stuff like that. So I'm going to wait on him to get over here. They told him over there to head on over. Yeah, here he is. Bring a chair, if you would. I didn't bring one in here. It's like, let me go help him. I guess you don't have to, but...
What is it?
Did you bring your deck by chance?
No, do you want me to grab it?
No, that's fine. Alright. Yes, Carter, winner from the last match. What did you side in and what did you side out? Like, I couldn't figure it out.
So I sided out my 4 Draconic Roars, and game 2 I sided out one of my Sylvan Caryatids. I felt like Sylvan Caryatid was going to be a little too slow in game 2. Yeah, I was going to float out. My plan was to go a little longer.
Okay.
I felt like the Atarka would actually be relevant. Game 3, I sided back into Caryatid when I wanted to get a little aggressive. Just kind of abuse that I'm on the play. Sided back out the Atarka.
Yeah.
Super expensive.
Me and Higgins is in the group chat. He was confused, and it made me think why you didn't play Atarka into the untapped Ojutai, and then untapped Ojutai is hexproof, and we realized, and we were like, why didn't he do that? That makes sense now. But yeah, that was pretty sweet. Sweet way to win. Crater's Claws twice. It's always fun.
Yeah, the card is very good.
Yeah.
Top decks are real.
Oh, did you top deck it in the last game?
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. It's
I'm
like,
pretty sure I did.
If I did, I don't want to. I don't want to admit it. Michael had another. I don't know if you saw his hand at the end. He had another Silumgar Scorn, and he wasn't able to.
He didn't
Silumgar Scorn.
He didn't have double blue up. That's the reason I went for the Curse Claw. I saw that he didn't have the second blue up, and if he has negate, he has it.
If he has a negate and he sided in against Red Green Dragons,
Yeah.
there might be a problem. I mean, it
I
hits
would have
claws.
sided in, but hey, you never know.
Yep.
I mean, the deck generally brings in a lot of Planeswalkers, so there could be an argument made for it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess that's true. You have Nissa and Xenagos, and like you saw in that game, you landed one,
Yeah.
got unchecked, landed the other, and you won. Yeah, you would have won on the back of those two cards without playing another card. Period. But I'm honestly surprised that he Silumgar scorned the Thunderbreak Regent. That was a little weird.
Well, he was at 3 life, and his main way to kill it is going to be a Hero's Downfall or Ultimate Price. And if he targets it, he's going to take 3 damage from
Right.
Thunderbreak's ability. He would have to go something along the lines of Crux of Fate into Faltong Invocation. And
With the dragon that he didn't have.
Oh, well, he doesn't need the dragon since it sacrifices. He can just Crux of Fate, name non-dragons. But he would have already cast one of those 2 cards. So there's no way he can just draw 2 cards like that unless he had to dig through time, and I forced the action by playing the Thunderbreak.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. So, how was it over there?
Oh, it's great over there. I mean, I've been coming down here for years.
Oh, that's not what I was talking about, but
Oh.
that's pretty funny. Let's get down a little bit. You got the hometown blue. Yeah. Got the blue dice on the table. Blue water or something.
Blue's nice. I wish I was playing it tonight.
Blue is nice. Oh, man. I was actually expecting Michael to play green-white, because that's the last time he was down here. I think that's the deck he was playing, so... But with Michael, it's always a toss-up. He has every card in Standard,
Yeah,
so
he has
he can
everything.
play any deck in Standard that he wants.
Yeah, he's been playing Esper Dragons recently, and I was like, well, that hand's not terrible. The game 1 hand, it was very slow, but I felt like he was going to be on some sort of Abzan or Esper Dragons. He leans towards those mid-range and control decks. So that hand's very good. I had 2 Havens, I had 3 Threats. Pretty much a dream.
Yeah, you definitely had that game completely. The second game, though, that turn 3 Ashiok unchecked. Like, Planeswalkers, when they're unchecked, are very unfair cards.
Oh yeah, like
most of them, anyways.
Ashiok was absurd. I mean, game 2, he just landed on 3 after Solom scorning my Silum Carry, which seemed suspect, but then it made sense after you played Ashiok.
Yeah.
You generally just want to lock up the game.
He would have gave you the initiative at that point. It was like you would have been playing first in that game
Yeah.
if he would have let it resolve. And at that point, playing behind with Ashiok is obviously way worse than playing ahead with Ashiok.
Yeah, game 3, I just never attacked Ashiok. I mean, granted, he didn't hit any creatures besides the Lonely Manador that you never want to bring out with Ashiok. But I was still just able to get in there.
Let's check out the chat. See, we got Caudle, Curtis, Higgins, Cody, and Dreamcaster 12. Dreamcaster 12. I am
Carter
the Illuminati.
Alright, Higgins.
Carter Oldman, that's your new name. Yeah, like I said, this guy has done ridiculous at tournaments recently. So look out for this guy. You'll see him at some Grand Prix and Opens and pre-PTQs, Grand Prix, stuff like that. So
Yep. I'll be at pretty much all the IQs, PPTQs here.
yeah, we definitely do them a lot here. Usually there's an IQ a month. The next one, we took June off. We'll be back July 18th with a preliminary Pro Tour qualifier, Star City Games Invitational qualifier mixed together. It's going to start at noon. We'll be open at 10 a.m. that day. It's going to be, I believe, 30 to enter. It might be 25 if you play on our Friday Night Magic the night before. Yeah, so we're going to have a blast here coming up. We're going to have a lot of streams between then, hopefully. Matt says there's one match left. So after that match ends, you'll probably have to head over. I'm sure he'll send me a text saying it's
I'll be
time
back
to go.
over.
Yeah. Who's butt? You can't say butt. You can't say butt on Twitch.
It's not very nice.
That's mildly racist, actually. Jeez, butt. Oh no, I said it. I can't say it on Twitch. No,
You broke the rule, man.
I broke the rule. It's It's not. Its rules are made to be broken. I've heard, and at least